Good journey, everyone. Welcome to Space Oats Live, a Star Wars podcast. I actually went live today on Instagram, which I don't normally do on Wednesdays, but yeah, I just super excited about the Acolyte. So, you know, I had to get on there and I had to talk about it a little bit. But also, I wasn't really sure if I was going to do this tonight because it was a pretty busy day, and I didn't know if I was going to have time to get anything together. It is kind of gonna be. I mean, I know this is usually unscripted kind of anyway, but I usually like to have in mind things that I want to talk about. And I usually do pull a little bit of Star Wars history, which I talked about a little bit today on my Instagram page. And you can see I have up there the Hyperspace, the official Star Wars fan club. Um, there was a little bit of discrepancy, and I don't know if and when um, this corresponds to today in Star Wars history, June 5th, 2003. But on the Star Wars app, it actually said that today was when StarWars.com unveiled hyperspace, which was now unveiling it and actually it's starting could be two different things. Um, because on Wikipedia, it says that this actually didn't happen until a year later. But unveiling the name and what it is a year before could have been, right? So maybe this is the case. So maybe this is the day that StarWars.com unveiled hyperspace, which was a paid prescription. For some, Star Wars is a prescription, but a paid subscription service promising exclusive content online for fans. Um, I think I jumped on this immediately when this actually happened. I was kind of looking through some stuff and I don't remember like when exactly. I know I was part of the Star Wars fan club. I think it kind of connected together if you were in the fan club, because that was tied into Star Wars Insider at the time, and then also you got online exclusive content. And I'm pretty sure that I was a member of this from the very beginning. I kind of remember, getting in on all of this exclusive content when it was released for fans. But the Hyperspace Club was given its name in 2004, which I kind of have proof of that, I think. I gotta say, like, I have like all these letters and stuff from Lucasfilm. Um, yeah, and I really can't figure it out. But anyway, um, yeah, so but I have some really cool stuff that I was just like kind of digging through, and it just brought back some really cool memories. I got to like read these letters. The letters are pretty cool. They're from George Lucas, and also from Lisa Stevens, who was the president of the official Star Wars fan club back in 2003, and found some cool little letters that I got. And I'll show those in a minute. But the Hyperspace Club, so that was given its name in 2004. That was when it merged with the subscriber feature on StarWars.com. So maybe this also in 2003 was the date that the subscriber feature of StarWars.com started. And it just wasn't given the name Hyperspace until a year later when it kind of merged with that fan club, that official fan club. So there's a little bit of not really sure what actually took place June 5th, 2003, but something in this way happened with that StarWars.com with and that that subscriber feature on StarWars.com with Hyperspace. Hyperspace actually was announced it's discontinuing on May the 10th. So really a little over 5 years it lasted. So yeah, May the 5th, which was, usually on May the 4th, May the 5th, although that weekend you get good news. And I think it's funny that they waited till Revenge of the 5th. Some people say it's Revenge of the 6th, but honestly, in this case, Revenge of the 5th, because it was a dark side day for all of us who were Hyperspace Fan Club members, because it was announced that it would be discontinued 1 year later in 2011. Um, in 2010, June 20th, the last of the membership packets began shipping out. Those membership packets were amazing. One of the things that I have procured from the Hyperspace Fan Club, and I know where it is. It's kind of hidden away and tucked away because I need to keep it safe. One day I'm going to display it again, but it is an official Ewok cell from the Ewoks cartoon. And actually, here's the little note that came with it that I still have as well. The certificate from Star Wars Insider, Star Wars Official Fan Club, Bantha Tracks. They even had Bantha Tracks on there at that time, basically stating that I'm gonna actually put that on large screen. But yeah, so this is the letter that came with the cell. And basically it says a special note to our members on the Ewok animation cell, saying that Lucasfilm Official Star Wars Fan Club able to offer you this authentic, one-of-a-kind animation cell from the 1985 cartoon series Ewoks, produced by Lucasfilm and Nelvana. You may find that your cell contains only one element of animation, which is in fact very common. During the animation process, artists frequently render only one part of the picture that is moving. Also, as these cells were in storage for almost 20 years, they are not in perfect shape. Mine actually is in pretty good shape, except for I kind of bent it a little bit, which I'm kind of mad about at some point, maybe during the move. The fan club will not be able to replace your cell with one that is in better condition. But I'm happy with mine, honestly. I really am. Rest assured that you hold in your hand a real piece of Star Wars history, part of the legacy of the original trilogy. Enjoy with the compliments of Lucasfilm and the Official Star Wars Fan Club. So this is kind of like a certificate of authenticity for what I have with the Ewok cell. I think I know where it is. I don't want to go digging through right now. And maybe I'll pull that out at some point in time. Maybe with like something with the Ewoks cartoon that I have. But anyway, I was going through and I just have like all the cool letters from the Official Star Wars Fan Club. There was a letter from Lisa Stevens, like I said, the president of the Star Wars Fan Club at the time. Always had cool letters from George Lucas every year that you were in the fan club. So like that was from 2005, and I have the 2006 letter as well. And then I think this was like, I don't know when this letter, it's not dated, but it was around the release of episode 3, because it mentions that as well. So a little bit different of a take. And then like just so many cool things that I still have. I still have like I know I have more of them somewhere, but I have my official Star Wars Fan Club from 2005 card. It does say Hyperspace Lucasfilm on the back. So that was really cool to still be able to have that. Every now and then they would send you like really cool posters, which I totally forgot about this poster of Padme, but this was Official Star Wars Fan Club 2006. So, cool posters would come. And then also I was a subscriber of Star Wars Insider, which for a while, if you were basically a Hyperspace member, Star Wars Insider was kind of like connected with that, and you didn't get charged extra. So that was pretty cool. You would have the Hyperspace, and it would tell you about the exclusive content as well. So that went in with the fan club. Like if you were in the fan club, you just got Insider included, which later went away because the fan club kind of stopped doing the magazine and went to Titan Publishing exclusively, and we no longer had it. I even have like I don't know if this is like an iron-on patch or what it is. I think it's an iron-on patch. I don't even know what it is, but like it's from Hyperspace because it says Hyperspace on it. But yeah, I don't know. Something like with code 3. I have no idea what that is. So who knows? But I know I got a lot of stuff from Hyperspace, and it was really cool being a part of that. I kind of wish that there was like a Star Wars fan club still. I don't know. Would that be an interest, like exclusive content type of deal, either online or like just getting like a membership kit every year was really cool. Like having something like sent to you with like a bunch of stuff, and I don't know. I love that. I thought it was really cool. So I don't know. I would be cool with it, especially if it was tied in with Disney now, and you got like maybe something included with like connected with Galaxy's Edge. They could do so many things with that. So I don't know. I would be on board if they did a Star Wars fan club. If they brought it back, I would be on board. Honestly, I would pay for it. I'm sure I know a lot of other people that would as well. And I think it would be cool to get like exclusive. Um, being able to get into exclusive events first, like first dibs, maybe even with Star Wars Celebration, pre-sale, pre-sale on merchandise. I think it would be just really neat if, like, you know what, I would pay, like, I would honestly pay like $150 a year, honestly, for some sort of exclusive Star Wars fan club. I would, if you had some perks and stuff like that. So, invites to premieres, like they did with the Acolyte this week. That kind of was first come first serve. But I think if you would like be in on like being a part of like a fan club and involved with that, and got first dibs on that, I think that would be really cool, and I would be all for that. In fact, if that ever happened at Disney, I would probably try to. Of course, I'd probably have to move to California, which is not going to happen. But I would love to be some sort of, I don't know, East Coast Star Wars fan club representative. That would be really awesome. So if that ever happens, I'm the East Coast man. So, but yeah. So let's get into things that are going on this week, and what else to talk about but the Acolyte, right? So the Acolyte premiered last night for everybody on Disney Plus. We had some amazing things leading up to that. If you didn't watch it, there was a really, really cool sit down of, let me do this and try to do this. I don't know what I'm doing. This is what I want to do, right? No, this is not what I want to do. Trying to figure this out again. We're trying. Trying to figure this out. I know that I had this a second ago, and I'm trying to get this back to where it was. I really don't know what I'm doing sometimes with this. One day I got to really figure this out. Let's see here. This. There we go. I think I got it the way I wanted it. Last week, trying to. Yes. I don't know. I don't know if you can see me or not. But anyway, last week released right before the weekend on StarWars.com was a really cool video feature of Dave Filoni, who is the chief creative officer of Star Wars, of Lucasfilm now, and he's rightfully deserved that. But he sat down with Leslie Headland, who is the director of the Acolyte, and they talk Star Wars, and it's a really cool little bit. They don't just talk Acolyte; it's really cool. They kind of talk about Star Wars as a whole, and Leslie Headland creating the Acolyte and just giving a little bit of insight on her thoughts on Star Wars and the story, the power and breadth of that Star Wars storytelling, and how she, how she got together this amazing story that's already started of the Acolyte. I hope everybody has enjoyed it so far. If not, highly recommend you basically stop this podcast and watch it now, because it's amazing. So many amazing costumes within the Acolyte. Yeah, I totally forgot about something, but anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and move this out of the way for now. Give me one moment. Anyway, let's do this. Sorry, again, was not really prepared to go live tonight. But yeah, the Acolyte. Acolyte, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, the Acolyte costume is really amazing. There's a really cool piece on StarWars.com with the costumes of some of the characters that we've seen already. Maze, Indara, Master Indara, Jackie, Master Soul, and Yord, really getting into their costumes and looking into them in depth, which, things that I didn't even notice. Like if you look at their belts, you can see the Jedi Order or the High Republic Order emblem on their belts, which is really cool when you get that close up view. But really, like, just the styles of all of their tunics and everything is just slightly different, but just look so different and fresh, and kind of you can tell it's a different age of Jedi. And then May's costume, really getting into, I didn't even notice that it's like bamboo across that chest piece, which is really cool. And just her costume just is amazing. So a little bit of in depth of those costumes of the High Republic and of May the Assassin. Jennifer Bryan, who is the costume designer, is the one that the article is about, and she gives some insights into this closer look at these characters from the new Star Wars series. So really cool, some really cool close-up images of these characters, and yeah, definitely something to take a look at, especially if you're into cosplay and you want to start cosplaying some of these characters. So but the Acolyte is here. The first two episodes, I'm not going to talk too much about them because, again, some people may not have watched them yet. But my overall of the two, I'm in it, and I'm just curious about the mystery aspect of this story. I think that there's kind of like a twofold mystery going. Talked about that a little bit earlier today. And there is at least two mysteries that we're kind of like looking to. We got to kind of figure out what are the reasons, what caused May to want to assassinate these Jedi. What is she saying but not saying that they did to her? So I think there's something there, and we'll learn about that. Maybe something that maybe was done wrong, and the Jedi Order is hiding in a way, because it seemed like they're very concerned about certain things coming to light. Basically quieting this down as soon as possible. And then the other big mystery is who is behind it all, behind May side, because there is a different motive there, because we know May's got her motive, but I think the real motive is using her to disrupt this High Republic, this order. And I think this character behind the scenes that we see in the end of the first episode, but we don't really still know who they are. Even after the second episode, we are not sure who they are. So this 2-episode premiere available now. I'm kind of on my third watch already. Just have it on right now. So it's just something that I keep watching it. And I keep just loving it more and more every time. I know that there's some people out there that are already giving it bad reviews, but honestly, I don't see that. I don't see that at all. I think these are the same people that are just always going to be not liking anything new Star Wars because it's not anything that they want it to be, or they think they can do better, which we know that that's not the case. And there's just going to be those people that are toxic Star Wars fans and really just in a way really don't love Star Wars. So because if you love Star Wars, you're going to love pretty much anything that comes out of Star Wars. And yeah, I mean nothing's perfect, but still, I think it's good storytelling, and I am definitely in this series and can't wait for the next one. I love how each episode really does end with a great cliffhanger for the next episode and what we're going to get. But also, we get introduced a little bit more in depth of the cast of the Acolyte on StarWars.com, going through all of the characters that we've thus far seen, except for one, which is Mother Anissa. So we have not seen anything from that character, but most of the characters that we've seen in the trailer, we have learned about, are introduced as who they are as the cast that plays these characters in this other little spotlight on StarWars.com. So yeah, all those stars of the newest live action series are basically here to tell you about their newest characters. So they kind of talk about their characters in their own right, and what makes those characters. So yeah, you can learn a little bit about that as well on StarWars.com. So and if you want to watch The Acolyte for a second or third time and do it with a Star Wars The Acolyte inspired meal, of course, we have new recipes. And I would love to actually, if I could really get into cooking some of this stuff, I would. And it's definitely not good for my house with certain allergies, but this looks amazing, and the recipe is online. It is a bowl of noodles that are inspired by the Acolyte scene, where it basically the opening scene, and yeah, it looks like really good, almost like Asian inspired noodles, and yeah, it looks amazing. It looks really good, and I wish I could just like pull that out of the screen and eat it right now, because I'm still actually kind of hungry. Didn't have much to eat today, so I gotta maybe take care of that afterwards. So stepping away from the Acolyte for a minute, we got some Star Wars merchandise, some new merchandise coming up, because people might be thinking about getting some stuff for Father's Day. So some stuff that's coming out, and a lot of this stuff has been released before, but we can go through some of this stuff and see if any of it is of your picking. I know that some of this is mine as well, so I would love to have some of this stuff, and yeah, kind of like a little bit of a gift guide. But first is a I Am Your Father t-shirt. You can get that on Amazon Essentials, so very easy to find. And another one is, I'm a watch person, but honestly, I'm not. I don't know. I can't really invest the money in the watches, but this is a pretty cool watch, actually, by Citizen. It's the Darth Vader Returns limited edition box set. It's basically the Imperial cog, or I'm sorry, yeah, it's got the Darth Vader's chest box on it, which you can see, but it also has a glow-in-the-dark Imperial cog on the dial, which is really cool. And yeah, so that's a really cool looking watch by Citizen. I don't know where. I guess you can get it on Citizen's website. Probably actually find it maybe at Disney. The Star Wars Dad Jokes book, which came out not too long ago, by Chronicle Books. It's a great gift. If you are someone that loves to grill, I've never seen this before, but this is pretty fantastic. The grill mitt and the basically the poker, which is the Mandalorian's rifle, which is really awesome. The grill fork and the oven mitt set by Hallmark. And that is just, I love this. I love the fork. Like, honestly, I would buy this just for the fork. The grill fork looks so cool. And then Roosevelt's, our friends at Roosevelt's, which I'm wearing a Roosevelt's shirt right now. You got lots of amazing shirts from Roosevelt's, but this is the Darth Maul D short sleeve shirt. I'm not a fan of this one, honestly, but there's there's a lot more shirts that are more up my alley. But this one, if you're a Darth Maul fan, it is the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace, kind of this year. Yeah, so it's one of those things that if you're a fan of, you can get a lot of cool greeting cards from Love Pop. Love Pop makes some really cool cards. There's a Love Pop store in Disney Springs, and every time I go in there, I'm just like blown away by some of those cards. This is a really cool hat by Nike. I actually wouldn't mind having this hat. They have a hat similar to this at Disney, but I'm sure it's not as made as well as Nike's. And I love the stitching. It just it's so plain yet so simple and so great. Um, but yeah, so the lightsaber baseball cap by Nike. Oh, you can get that. Maybe it is the one I'm seeing at the Disney stores. So who knows? I thought it looked a little bit different when I saw it in the stores. I talked about this the other day on my Instagram live, and also posted about it. But Star Wars Special Edition Oreo cookies, I think they actually get released at the end of this week, which are the dark side, light side packs. So you basically have to open to discover your destiny. You don't know which ones you get, either light side or dark side, until you actually open them up. And of course, the dark side has the red cream filling, the light side has the blue cream filling, and then there are a bunch of characters that you possibly can get on the cookie. As you can see, Anakin and Vader are on these cookies respectively. And if there's still any blue milk around, you can enjoy them with a glass of blue milk, which would be amazing to be able to do. So I'm going to try to, at some point, figure out how to do that if there's any blue milk out there as well. Lego has a new, well, I don't know if this is newer or yet either, but the Tantive 4 building set by Lego Group, I think it came out within the last month. It's a smaller set, but it's really, really cool set with some really cool Lego figures. Even a clone trooper thrown in there, which I don't understand, but anyway. Let's see here. We got the Black Series Darth Vader by Hasbro. So that 6-inch figure. I think this has been out for a little while. But yeah, so if any of those kind of excite you, those are some gifts that you could possibly pick up. Another new, besides the Acolyte coming out this week, we also had something else come out, and that would be Star Wars Hunters video game. So if you are a Nintendo Switch person or any mobile device, you can get this for. Star Wars Hunters is something that's been kind of on the lookout for some time. I think, man, it wasn't the last celebration. I think it was Anaheim where I went to, where they had a display for Hunters to get released. So that was like almost 3 years ago. And, it was supposed to be coming soon. There was a little bit of playable level, like 8 minutes you could play, which it was pretty fun to play. And it kind of just got held up a little bit. But it is, if not already here, as of today or yesterday, Star Wars Hunters on Nintendo Switch, or you can get it on mobile devices now and start playing that. So I think I might have to. Didn't even know I forgot that was getting released along with the Acolyte. So pretty cool. Star Wars Hunters, another video game to kind of keep us in the Star Wars mood. And I know that, with the Acolyte now out, with Tales of the Empire out, we can now go back and get a update on some of the Star Wars films. And StarWars.com did put out another viewing order guide, release order, and chronological order. Of course, the Acolyte is in the front runner of that now as far as chronological, and also being the newest episode will be the latest Tales of the Empire, taking place just after Revenge of the Sith, pretty much. At least for the most part, with some of the episodes kind of going a little bit back and forward in time, but kind of being told more central to after Revenge of the Sith, most of the story. So yeah, so that is basically it for this week. I know that really isn't that much, but I don't want to get into talking about the Acolyte too much. I can actually share. I know that I've been sharing this past couple weeks. I haven't gotten into the one lightsaber that I was able to pick up, Legacy Saber, a few weeks back, and that is the original. I think it's the original Darth Maul Legacy Saber. This one, you know what I gotta do is I gotta stop sharing. Is what I gotta do. But this saber here, so I was able to pick this Legacy Saber up, the Maul Saber, and let's see, how do you turn this baby on? I know it's one of these. Yeah, that's it. So let's see. Let's go ahead and ignite this baby up. If I do this double, I'm not going to be able to, it's not going to be as long as it is, but there we go. You know what? This is my first red saber. This is my first red saber. Yeah. So the Maul Saber, this is like I said, this is the original one, I think. And I ended up getting 2 hilts because, if you get 2 hilts, you can interesting. This is kind of complicated. I didn't realize this was this complicated, actually. It actually comes with an Allen key. I don't know why. I guess we'll figure that out in a minute. But it's got the centerpiece that you can. I'm guessing it should be pretty easy, right? But I hope everybody is liking the Acolyte, honestly. I'm just going to talk about the Acolyte for a little bit. Trying to figure this out. Oh, there's a cap on the end that comes off. That would make sense. See, there's a little cap that comes off at the end, screws off on the end. So if you weren't sure how to do that, oh, that was loud, crazy. Man, squeaky, squeaky. So I guess both the caps come off. Oof. Oh, that's not straight. Oof. I didn't tell you about that, the squeakiness. So I actually like it almost. So this is kind of like how we first saw him in The Phantom Menace when he was on Tatooine, because he had just the one side ignited. And then obviously one side's going to be longer than the other because I have a short blade and a long blade. But get the full effect here. And we have the full blade. Oh, it's doing that again. My other one did that. Count Dooku one that I just got. I don't know why it does that. I'm wondering if it's like a Bad connection. But I don't know. Interesting. Anyway, now it's doing it on the other side too. I don't know. I don't know why it does that. But yeah, so that is one of my other purchases that I just made. So, but yeah, so that is it for tonight. I'm gonna watch the rest of The Acolyte again, and I hope everybody watches it. We'll do a little review on the first 2 episodes next week. Tomorrow on my Instagram page, I will be doing another episode of Not Long Ago in This Galaxy. Please do something Star Wars. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. That way you can join in on discussions, and we can talk about Star Wars for about an hour every week. And yeah, so thank you for watching. Remember to do something Star Wars. Watch some Star Wars, listen to some Star Wars, read some Star Wars, play some Star Wars, do something Star Wars. And most importantly, remember, may the stars light your way. Have a great evening, and I'll see you next week or tomorrow on my Instagram page. Not long ago in this galaxy. Tomorrow at 2 around. Have a good night, everyone.